My name is Luis Acosta. I am the owner of Elite Electric Company.
Stephen Reed, co-owner of Elite Electric Company.
We are a veteran and minority-owned company in Wichita, Kansas. We have multiple journeymen and technicians out in the field. We take pride in all our work. We will do the smallest jobs down from a small outlet change, full home residential remodels, and up to commercial and light industrial. We go out of our way to help customers in every which way possible. We don't get scared to get dirty, whatever it takes to get the job done. You can call us at any time, 316-258-2166. You need to contact us in Spanish, it's 316-944-9090.
Neza Tires is your local family-owned tire shop. Whether it's suspension, brakes, computer alignments, or just an oil change, expect affordable, professional, and friendly service. We are now at 2 locations, 2502 West Maple and 4758 South Seneca. Neza Tires, your local family-owned tire shop. Se habla español.
Hi, my name is Andy Sykes. I am the CEO of Amplify. Amplify is a strength conditioning resource that's available in person and on demand through our app. So no matter where you are able to get high quality programs that you can be assured will get you results. Our population base is pretty diverse. I mean, we're working with athletes, not only college athletes, but also amateur and semi-professional athletes, soccer players, to rowers, to bowlers, and older adults. You know, we've got a full spectrum of different clientele. If you want to see improved performance, improved health, then shoot us an email, reach out to us, and join this team, because we are impacting lives for the better, and it's great to be a part of.
Hi, my name is Evelyn Susagam. I am the owner of Skin by Evelyn. I have some amazing news. I am launching my own skincare line, and I am so excited that I have created a line that's not just great for your skin, but also has a beautiful, meaningful purpose behind it. My mission is to inspire and increase self-esteem. I am hoping to be able to make a change in someone's life and giving them the tools that they need to take care of their skin. Thank you so much. See you soon.
My name is Luis Acosta. I am the owner of Elite Electric Company.
Stephen Reed, co-owner, Elite Electric Company.
We are a veteran and minority-owned company in Wichita, Kansas. We have multiple journeymen and technicians out in the field. We take pride in all our work. We will do the smallest jobs down from a small outlet change, full home residential remodels, and up to commercial and light industrial. We go out of our way to help customers in every which way possible. We don't get scared to get dirty, whatever it takes to get the job done. You can call us at any time, 316-258-2166. You need to contact us in Spanish, it's 316-944-9090.
Neza Tires is your local family-owned tire shop. Whether it's suspension, brakes, computer alignments, or just an oil change, expect affordable, professional, and friendly service. We are now at 2 locations, 2502 West Maple and 4758 South Seneca. Neza Tires, your local family-owned tire shop. Se habla español.
Hi, my name is Andy Sykes. I am the CEO of Amplify. Amplify is a strength conditioning resource that's available in person and on demand through our app. So no matter where you
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, to the 5th and the final home game of International Wichita's UPSL campaign. This evening they play host to FC Wichita, who managed to beat them in the reverse fixture just a week ago, 3-1. It's an unchanged starting lineup for Inter Wichita, with Gustavo starting in goal, Junti at left back, Ramos at right back, Leandro and Rory starting at centre back, who's back from suspension after picking up a red card in the Sporting Wichita game. A midfield of Wilbert, Buta and Solo, and a front three of Jack, Jammer, and John, sorry. It's going to be an FC Wichita kickoff to get the game started. It's a big game for both teams in the season, approaching crunch time of the year. 3 points could be worth 6 at this stage. Looking for the playoff spots, you'll get the home seed in each game in the semi-finals. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a good one, hopefully. Friday night football for everyone to enjoy. Slightest delay while we wait for one of the FC Wichita players to get ready, put his shirt on. And it's game time now. The scoreline of 3-1 from last week didn't really reflect the game as a whole. International Wichita really did dominate the ball for most of that with lots of space and lots of pockets. Well, his Big John almost getting an early opportunity there, pressuring the defence well. But as I was saying, lots of space for the Inter Wichita players to pick up the ball in, and FC Wichita more or less just beat them on the break and made all of their attacks count, and very clinical in front of goals. Some great goals in that game as well. Fabio Schneider scored the goal for International Wichita. Good volley at the back post, a halfway line goal for FC Wichita. Here's Jack. Good slide tackle on the edge of the box. Manages to get it out wide to Futo. He just can't quite get it under control. That's going to be an FC Wichita goal kick. You were able to watch the game last week, you will know both teams do like to pass out from the back, build up their attack. Neither team too eager to go long and force the ball up the pitch, but FC Wichita were very, very quick at getting the ball up the pitch when it mattered. Their second goal was a very fluid move from one side to the other after Toshi hit the bar 1-1, went up the other end and scored a great goal. This game is all about revenge for Inter Wichita, really. There's a little trip on Rory as he went to head of the ball. Here's Rory into the midfield where Jack found a nice little pocket. Ramos down the line trying to find Solo, but just a little bit on the wrong side of the defender. Now FC Wichita trying to get their foot on the ball. The clock is at stop. There's a long ball towards Big John, managed to get it under control. I think that took a little touch off. Well, that's a good tackle on the far side there. I was going to say I thought it took a touch off the FC Wichita centre back there, but doesn't matter at the end of the day. His tackle took it off the pitch. Here's Rory. Driving into the space, finding Solo. Out wide towards Jack. Here's Wilbert. The Solo's feet. Back to Leandro. Be interesting to see what into Wichita changed this week. Couldn't really punish in the final third. Struggled a little bit when it come down to it. Have some good opportunities though, just weren't exactly clinical in front of goal. I mentioned earlier, Toshi hit the bar after coming on off the bench at 1-1, and then FC Wichita were able to go up the other end and claim their winner, which was topped off with the long effort from around where Leandro is standing right now. A good pass out wide to Jammer. Takes his defender for a run, tries to get the ball into the box. That took a deflection. That's going to be, oh, maybe not. I thought that took a little deflection on the way out. Referee doesn't think so. Could be an FC Wichita goal kick, not an into Wichita corner kick. It's going to be an into Wichita throwing on the near side. Clear touch of the FC Wichita player there. Rory getting a little speaking to by the referee. Not sure why. Not done any tackles yet. Might be for the use of his mouth, but this is a derby game, so it will get a little bit spicy maybe at periods of time. Both a local team in Wichita, both play at this exact stadium and this pitch. It almost feel like a home game for both teams as it did last week. Wichita striker trying to pin Leandro on that far side. They've managed to win a throw in. Now the referee's going over to Leandro and having a speaking to him. Telling him to stop something, and ooh, that's an early yellow card there. In the opening few minutes. I think this referee's going to have a lot of talking today. Leandro and Rory were probably complaining about slight call or mentioning a call that could have been wrong, and both of them picked up a talking to early on. That's an indication of how the game's going to go and how the ref's going to take it. Looks like there might be a lot of yellow cards coming out today. A good tackle there by Rory, the Irishman. Here's Jonty from England, a very international team, including the name International Wichita, players from all over the place. Touch past Jonty, and Jammer trying to put his foot in there, ends up just shoving the FC Wichita player over. FC Wichita bench calling for a yellow card, but I think it's a little bit too early for that. That's only Jammer's first tackle. You usually get a warning. So not needed. Calling for people to get a yellow card. That's also quite a quick way of getting yourself a yellow. FC Wichita opportunity to get the ball into the box now though. In that wide position, two players standing over it. That's the first time I've ever seen that happen from a free kick in that position, but it was a dangerous ball in. Had to be dealt with. Now can into Wichita get on the break. I thought Big Joe might have just got a little touch on that. Ramos heads it out. Quick throw in. Ball bouncing around and Solo just hooks it away. Good feet from number 7, trying to get a shot off. Rory's slight deflection, took the juice out of it a little bit. Straight into Gustavo's hands. It's Futa. Out wide to John T. Got Jammer in front of him. John T once more. This time he does choose to go down the line. That's an excellent pass to Futa. Big John waiting in the middle. Jack hanging around on the edge of the box. Solo's in a good position. Ramos outside of him now as well. The shot looked like it was going to be on for a split second there. Ramos, he can put a great ball into the box. Just trying to find Solo outside of him. A bit of a half-ass pass there by Ramos. Maybe just had to delay it a little bit more, but having a really, really good season is Ramos. Been one of the standout players for sure for Inter Wichita. Probably the most memorable moment from his season, scoring the equaliser against Sporting Wichita in that home game. A great free kick goal. Here's Jack. Sees it from Big John, trying to find Jammer. Just running into the penalty spot there, but that's going to be a corner kick. Into Wichita were just surrounding the goalkeeper there, but wasn't the best delivery by John T. They do have a lot of height into Wichita now. Missing Rory in the last game due to a red card that he picked up in the Sporting Wichita fixture, which is another local derby. Really did take away from the height, but now with Big John, Jammer, Leandro, Rory, Ramos, adds a lot of height to the team. SG Wichita aren't the biggest. Good set pieces or crosses into the box, either way to go for Coach Derek's side. Wichita deciding to go long this time. Only going to be one winner in that situation is Rory, but headed straight to an FC Wichita player. Robert managing to win it back and win the free kick with a little shove in the back. Plays it quick to Futa. Helps it out wide to Jammer. Touched by the defender, takes it to John T's feet. Down the line, Jammer with a chance to get a ball into the box. Not a good cross that at all, really. Should be doing a lot better with the time that he had on his favoured left foot. FC Wichita doing what they do pretty well, cleaning for a free kick there. Well, what they do well is move the ball up the pitch quickly, but they were looking for a free kick. Ref didn't want to give it. But gives it out wide to Jack. With a little bit of skill, tries to get the ball into the box, wins the corner. Same position as the last one. You're hoping that Johnson can put a better ball into the box. Usually he is quite good at these deliveries. The left back, left footed, a nice little in swinger onto the goalkeeper's head, maybe crowding. And it looks like it's going to be a different tactic this time. John, Rory and Leandro all lining up next to each other. Future's the shield, and it is whipped in. Straight into the goalkeeper's hands. The free kick for the kick on Solo. Back to Gustavo. Now Leandro. FC Wichita, a lot more bold this week. Starting up a lot higher up the pitch than they were. And that's going to be a handball. The ball just bounced up onto Jammer's hands as he was trying to get it under control. But starting a lot higher up, being a lot more ambitious than they were last Thursday. Higher line, higher front line. Might play more into the hands of Inter Wichita if they get a little bit too ambitious, a little bit too bold. Both teams have the capability to punish. That's a beautiful little bit of skill. But Ramos manages to get him back. FC Wichita have it. Good ball in behind Rory. The failed clearance, chipped in towards the back post. Luckily no one's there and Junti can just poke that away towards Jammer. Can't quite get it under control. Go towards the number 7, juggling the pitch, and Rory kicks it away. Telling his midfield to close that gap. As he should. Don't really want the centre back drifting out of position too often. Has to be sure that he's going to win it in that situation. A poor throw by FC Wichita, straight to the head of Futa. And Solo trying to help it upfield towards John. Or Big John as he's known around the team. Ramos beaten on this near side. Can he get it past Rory? No, just ball rolls it off the pitch. That's going to be a Gustavo goal kick. Leandro trying to find a pass. Picked out Jammer, but Jammer then heading it off the pitch. Did have Solo in front of him there. Don't really think Jammer saw him for the little head inbound. Into the box, no one awaiting that one, and Gustavo can just come and pick it up. Another handball there. Time from Jack as he, similar situation to Jammer, just trying to get the ball under control, knocked it back onto his hand. Jack was probably the most dangerous player in last week's fixture for Inter Wichita going forward. Caused a lot of problems for this FC Wichita defence, especially when he gains the confidence as the game goes on later and starts driving at players. Very hard player to tackle. Very hard player to stop as well when he's got his confidence and swagger about him. Long throw into the box, headed away by Leandro. Another ball in. This time Rory getting it clear. And Jammer getting the final pickings on it. Up towards Big John. Jesus, I don't know how he managed to touch that one, but he did. Referee plays advantage, and now free kick's going to be given. That centre back had no idea about where that ball was, but luckily managed to get it under control there. He had Big John breathing down his neck. Good build-up play by FC Wichita. Another opportunity to get the ball into the box. It's up towards the back post, but angle was just too narrow. I think this is going to be a good battle on this left-hand side. Ramos be number 14 for FC Wichita. Unfortunately, they didn't supply us with a name sheet, so I have to go by numbers for the FC Wichita players. That looked like he almost bounced off his hand there, but the referee couldn't really see that. Playing with lots of confidence this week, however, FC Wichita. Lots of confidence. Wichita was a good tackle. Down trying to play Big John through the middle. A little bit too heavy with that pass now. FC Wichita had the ball back, enjoying a good period of play here at FC Wichita, put a bit of pressure on. Not really threatening Gustavo in goal though. The only one shot on target, but doing more with the ball than into Wichita are at the moment. Here's Rory spraying the play out wide towards Futa. Can't quite get it past the fullback, but it's around the feet of John T anyway. Rory to Ramos. Nice little bit of skill past number 14. And an excellent ball in behind towards Big John, just a little bit too far in front, and the offside flag goes up anyway, but Ramos showing what he can do. Going long again. I don't really know why FC Wichita insist on going long to their number 10 up front. He doesn't look like the biggest lad, especially compared to Rory and Leandro. There's only going to be one winner in the air in them situations, but his Jack driving pass, and he gets a cut back towards Big John. He was just waiting there, but he can't. Futa with a great tackle, and then Solo over the bar, but referee blows for the free kick. Didn't think it was a great tackle like I did. Looked like Futa got the ball from my angle, but we might have seen something that I missed. But as I was saying about that number 10, I don't know why FC Wichita would want to go long to him. You see him standing next to Rory and Leandro. It does look like boys v men. They are two huge centre backs, both comfortably above 6'2". Built as well, not skinny, big strong man. Here's Solo. Out wide to Jammer. Him and Jack seem to swap wings. Down the line again towards Solo. Couldn't quite get the space to put the cross into the box. Back to Ramos. Leaves it for Wilbert. Into which they're forced to go back to Rory and restart their attack. Shift the ball around, change direction. Now Leandro driving it forward. They'll dink over the top for John T to run onto. That's an excellent pass. Tries to take the cross first time, right idea. Just couldn't quite get the connection that I'm sure he would have been looking for to find Big John there. But a lot of joy for Inter Wichita coming over that far side. That left-hand side for them with John T and Jack over there currently. Jack looked like he was going to take a shot for a second till that little ball roll. Unlucky and lost it. Great work right there by Jack though. sprinting to try and win the ball back, and that's a little shove in the back of Rory. Referee doesn't think so, however. Out wide to number 9, and that's going to be a penalty as Ramos just shoved him down. Rory going over to the ref and saying what I mentioned earlier, had a little shove in the back. It did look like a free kick, and Rory's now picked up a yellow card as well, so that's going to be 2 yellow cards for both the centre-backs of Inter Wichita early on, and now a penalty for Gustavo to try and save. Inter Wichita want revenge. It looks like they might have to do it the hard way. Really should have been a free kick though on Rory there in the middle of the pitch. Number 14 for FC Wichita just went through the back, but can't change the ref's mind. It's going to be a penalty. Number 10 to take it. Left footer. Steps up to the ball. Shoots and sends Gustavo the wrong way. 1-0. Oh, they want revenge this week. It's going to have to be from behind yet again. Really, really silly penalty to give away. I've been giving Ramos credit about the season that he's been having, but for a player with his experience at the collegiate level and at the UPSL level playing here last season, really should know better than shoving a player in the box like that when he's been through on goal. Wilbert, nice drop of the shoulder. Here's Ramos. Was looking for a long ball, nothing really seemed on in front of him. I think both teams are really making me eat my words from what I said at the start of the game about them liking to build up from the back. Both of them have been looking to go long. Now here is Ramos, trying to put the ball into the box. John working hard to try and get on the end of it. Look down the line now. I think Coach Derek will definitely be praying for a reaction from all of his players here. He got a good reaction in the last game when they went down 1-0 and they come out in the second half. Looked a lot better in the second half of that game than they did in the first half. The game just got taken away from them at moments of time. They're going to have to find that same fight once more. The last 3 home games now as well that they've gone behind, went 1-0 down behind Sporting Wichita, 1-0 down against FC Wichita, now 1-0 down against FC Wichita again. Rory almost getting on the end of that. Cross from Futa, just couldn't quite get the direction on it that he would have wanted. Falling behind. Also been a slight substitution on this near side. Ooh, not a bad effort there from number 14. Really been causing some problems for whoever slotting in at right back for Inter Wichita, but by the looks of it, yeah, Ramos has been brought off by Coach Derek. Early on, he has really struggled against number 14 so far. Brought on Chewy, who had a really, really good game in the last game against FC Wichita. I know that's probably hard to say about a defender when they lose 3-1, but when you just watch Chewy play, you understand why I said he had a good game. Never gives up, always fighting, always sprinting, always keen to do something on the ball as well. it'll be a bit of a harder matchup for number 14 with just down to the pace that Chewy brings to the table. Also adding strength to his game now as well. Out wide to Jonty. And Solo. Had a quiet start to the game. Jack in front of him decides to try drive into the middle himself. That's a fair tackle from FC Wichita defenders. Now they get the ball out wide, but Leandro keen to intercept it. Now here's Jack popping up on that left-hand side. Few step overs, trying to bring it back onto his right foot. Interesting to see that the two wingers have swapped it into Wichita. Thought they were having good joy getting the ball into the box early on in the game. Futo with a chance to get a left foot shot, and he's taking it back and he's got in! And this left foot shot from Futo took a slight deflection on the way. Wrong foot the goalkeeper, and it only took them 3, 4, 5 minutes to get back into the game. And now it's game on once more. A goal out of almost nothing. Futo probably didn't even think that was going in himself with the way he caught the ball. He's managed to find the back of the net with a little bit of help from FC Wichita. And as I was saying, it was strange that they'd switched because they were getting joy from the crosses, but that the switches work because they've managed to level up the score 1-1 now. Exactly what Coach Derek was asking for. Good reaction out of his players. Now they just got to try and build on that. Here's Jammer to Jack. Big John in the middle. Who just couldn't quite get the curve on it they would have been looking for. Here's Futer again. Now finding Big John's feet. Jammer, using his bodies well, manages to win the free kick. A good position for a left footer. One in the reverse fixture that I thought maybe Jonty should have been greedy and take. Big John's right footed, Jammer's left footed, Jonty's left footed. Personally, I would want Jonty taking this. Bend it away from the goalkeeper instead of trying to bend it around the wall. Both Big John and Jonty will stand over it. Only 3 players in the wall for FC Wichita. Is bold. Going to be Big John to take and give you the right idea of how small the wall was, but that's never really going to have the power to beat the goalkeeper from that range. Really think in them situations it probably is best just to give the ball to a left footer on the opposite side, a right footer, try and bend it past the goalkeeper. As the ball will just keep on moving out of his reach. Here's Jonty, great foot, feet work. Still going. Jammer at the back post. He found out. Plays it to Solo, gets it back. That's going to be an FC Wichita. Goal kick. Referee blown up for something. Something's happening on the sideline. Fourth official getting involved. Pointing at someone. Pointing at Solo into Wichita. And then number 10 for FC Wichita must have been exchanging some words to each other. The refs have made it adamant that they'll not be having any of that this game. Personally, I think that's just part of the course when you're playing a game of football or soccer as it's called in this country. but we all know what modern day sports are like. Here's Rory, high clearance away. There's Truth and his defensive work, managing to win a throw-in. He seems determined to change the ref's mind, but it's not going to happen. A long shot effort, took a deflection on the way through. Salvo, it would be a bit of a shame if into Wichita concede from this corner now, because that ball was up in the air for a long time and Gustavo just watched it go past his post. I mean, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he could have picked it up in that situation as it was only a deflection, not a back pass, but each to their own. He is a very unique goalkeeper. Big John putting on the pressure. That's really what they missed last week, that urgency and determination from Big John up front as the number 9. Looking a lot more fiery today for him personally. Wilbert, nice pass down the line to Jack. Touches it past his man. Got Jammer in a lot of space in the middle. Just didn't quite look up at the right time, and then when he did, would have just got away from him a little bit. It was a really good opportunity to catch FC Wichita on the counter attack there. They try the long ball forward. Oh, Jonty with a weak back pass, and Gustavo comes out. Manages to get something on that. Luckily, that was risky. Jonty realised he had made a mistake. His head went in his hands almost straight away. Going to be a free kick on the edge of the box for FC Wichita. Wilbert just tripped the number 7. Let's see if FC Wichita have anything planned for this situation. Going to be a cross into the box. Leandro managing to clear it away onto a FC Wichita player for a goal kick. Leandro using the space in front of him. Trying to dink it over the top towards Jack. Too far in front of him. There's a quick front line that into Wichita have. Jack, Big John and Jammer all possessing some pace. Here is Jack. Tipping it over his man. And then just couldn't quite get that second touch on it. I think he was trying to dink it over the goalkeeper with his left foot. And Big John with the left footed shot calling for the corner, but the ball never went out of play. That's just going to be a throw in. Here's Wilbert. Losing the ball as he tried to get it out wide towards Jonty. He's closing the stages of the first half. Jack and the number 7 having a little push for each other, and referees still having none of it in this game. Very classic in this country, not really allowed that additional rough and tumble that usually comes along in a game of football. That's a big tackle by number 7. Looks like Jack managed to get in his head a little bit. The first thing that he did after that situation was angerful. Now an opportunity for Wichita to whip the ball into the box. Three or four targets to hit. A great ball in. Leandro's head there, and he headed it in! The big man scored! I said it back, just tapped it in from the far post to the near post, and they've even practiced a little celebration. I reckon they've been working on that one at night in the Inter Wichita house. So that was a great ball in by Fuchs on that far side. Put it on the plate for Leandro. And a big man like himself is never going to miss a header like that if he just heads it into the far post. Superb. They managed to turn the game around in 10 minutes now from 1-0 down to 2-1 up. In the same half of football, Coach Derek can be very, very pleased with that. And it's going to be FC Wichita's turn to try and mount a comeback. Going to be their free kick. I think that's number 7 who got himself in the book. Yeah, that's really been coming since the incident with Jack, then leading to the aggressive tackle that gave away the free kick. Then that one there, I think someone on his team might just have to calm him down a little bit, or else it could be a long second half for him. An excellent pass by Rory, the Big John. Manages to get it under control. And that's a dangerous tackle there on the far side. Does start flying in. That's going to be a yellow card for sure. FC Wichita really showing a lack of experience here right now. They are an under-20 side. They've gone 2-1 behind, and a lot of them seem to have lost their heads in almost a heartbeat. That's a dangerous tackle. They just jumped up and threw his leg at Big John's foot. No real intent to get the ball there at all. And if there was, it was a poor attempt because he was nowhere near it. Another opportunity now for Fuchs to put the ball into the box. Would it be the same as the last one? It's a good cross again. Jack to the back corner. That was Rory at the back post. FC Wichita captain did enough just to put him off. Rory might be kicking himself a little bit. He's had two good chances from the end of crosses. Did mention early on in the first half that crosses might be the way to go forward for Coach Derrick's side. They have got the height advantage. There's Chewy's pace that was also mentioned earlier coming into effect. Rory, now Wilbert. Jonty on that far side calling for it. It's a good pass out wide towards him. And take his touch down the line, take his man for a little run. Make a winger do some defending. That's what they don't like to do. Bringing it onto his right foot. The ball just got away from him a little bit. FC Wichita trying to move the ball forward, trying to reclaim some of that dominance they had in that opening 20 minutes off that little spell in the middle of the half. Jack, Solo, having a quiet game. Someone against Sporting Wichita made the difference and found himself in the starting lineup ever since. Good tackle from Futa. Managed to delay the FC Wichita attack just a little bit. Here's the number 14 that's been having a bright game for them. Managing to win a free kick as Leandro was just harassing him a little bit and then standing over Futa, a little bit uncalled for when you're down 2-1. Then something's happened to Jonty or Jack, maybe I think that is just gone down. Gone down holding himself. Looks like it's all kicking off on that far side, even the manager's getting involved. Coach Derek now walking down trying to sort it out. Gustavo's also come out of his goal. But it must have happened to Jack. Gone down holding his head. I don't know if the ball was chucked at him or if a hand was chucked at him, but referee's just now leaving the situation alone, trying to get the game back up and running. Oh no, he's gone over, giving a yellow card to number 14. Well, the initial free kick was into Wichita. That's interesting. Did say it was going to get spicy. Derby days always do. If this is the first half, imagine what the second half will be like. Coach Derek picking up a yellow card, not entirely what for. I think it's because he walked down the sideline. He didn't really look like he said anything. I think it's maybe because he left his technical area. Long ball towards Big John. Couldn't quite get the touch on it that he would have been looking for. Big John lost his footing a little bit during that step over. Him and Solo managed to fight and win the ball back. Advantage played by the referee. Wilbert just trying to float that ball over to Futa, and that's going to wrap up the first half. FC Wichita managing to go 1-0 up, but into Wichita managing even better to pull a comeback in the first half. We'll see you in 15 minutes for the second.
My name is Luis Acosta. I am the owner of Elite Electric Company.
Stephen Reed, co-owner, Elite Electric Company.
We are a veteran and minority-owned company in Wichita, Kansas. We have multiple journeymen and technicians out in the field. We take pride in all our work. We will do smallest jobs down from a small outlet change, full home residential remodels, and up to commercial and light industrial. We go out of our way to help customers in every which way possible. We don't get scared to get dirty, whatever it takes to get the job done. You can call us at any time, 316-258-2166. You need to contact us in Spanish, it's 316-944-9090.
Neza Tires is your local family-owned tire shop. Whether it's suspension, brakes, computer alignments, or just an oil change, expect affordable, professional, and friendly service. We are now at 2 locations, 2502 West Maple and 4758 South Seneca. Neza Tires, your local family-owned tire shop. Se habla español.
Hi, my name is Andy Sykes. I am the CEO of Amplify. Amplify is a strength conditioning resource that's available in person and on demand through our app. So no matter where you are able to get high quality programs that you can be assured will get you results. Our population base is pretty diverse. I mean, we're working with athletes, not only college athletes, but also amateur and semi-professional athletes, soccer players, to rowers, to bowlers, and older adults. You know, we've got a full spectrum of different clientele. If you want to see improved performance, improved health, then shoot us an email, reach out to us, and join this team, because we are impacting lives for the better, and it's great to be a part of.
Hi, my name is Evelyn Susagan. I am the owner of Skin by Evelyn. I have some amazing news. I am launching my own skincare line, and I am so excited that I have created a line that's not just great for your skin, but also has a beautiful, meaningful purpose behind it. My mission is to inspire and increase self-esteem. I am hoping to be able to make a change in someone's life and giving them the tools that they need to take care of their skin. Thank you so much. See you soon.
My name is Luis Acosta. I am the owner of Elite Electric Company.
Stephen Reed, co-owner, Elite Electric Company.
We are a veteran and minority-owned company in Wichita, Kansas. We have multiple journeymen and technicians out in the field. We take pride in all our work. We will do smallest jobs down from a small outlet change, full home residential remodels, and up to commercial and light industrial. We go out of our way to help customers in every which way possible. We don't get scared to get dirty, whatever it takes to get the job done. You can call us at any time, 316-258-2166. You need to contact us in Spanish, it's 316-944-9090.
Neza Tires is your local family-owned tire shop. Whether it's suspension, brakes, computer alignments, or just an oil change, expect affordable, professional, and friendly service. We are now at 2 locations, 2502 West Maple and 4758 South Seneca. Neza Tires, your local family-owned tire shop. Se habla español.
Hi, my name is Andy Sykes. I am the CEO of Amplify. Amplify is a strength conditioning resource that's available in person and on demand through our app. So no matter where you are able to get high quality programs that you can be assured will get you results. Our population base is pretty diverse. I mean, we're working with athletes, not only college athletes, but also amateur and semi-professional athletes, soccer players, to rowers, to bowlers, and older adults. You know, we've got a full spectrum of different clientele. If you want to see improved performance, improved health, then shoot us an email, reach out to us, and join this team, because we are impacting lives for the better, and it's great to be a part of.
Hi, my name is Evelyn Sisagan. I am the owner of Skin by Evelyn. I have some amazing news. I am launching my own skincare line, and I am so excited that I have created a line that's not just great for your skin, but also has a beautiful, meaningful purpose behind it. My mission is to inspire and increase self-esteem. I am hoping to be able to make a change in someone's life and giving them the tools that they need to take care of their skin. Thank you so much. See you soon.
My name is Luis Acosta. I am the owner of Elite Electric Company.
Stephen Reed, co-owner, Elite Electric Company.
We are a veteran and minority-owned company in Wichita, Kansas. We have multiple journeymen and technicians out in the field. We take pride in all our work. We will do smallest jobs down from a small outlet change, full home residential remodels, and up to commercial and light industrial.
Welcome back, everyone, for this second half. Very thrilling first half. FC Wichita finding the goal first with a penalty. Then into Wichita managing to score 2 goals, creating the comeback. Now looking to hold on to that lead. Seeing what fight FC Wichita have in them. This is the first time they've gone behind in the game against Into Wichita this season. Should be a very thrilling second half of football. Into Wichita get the half underway. Unchanged team to the Into Wichita starting 11 that finished that half. Come out again, no halftime substitutions for them. The early free kick on Chewy. Lots of players have to be careful this half. Few players on the yellow card. Both the centre backs for Into Wichita, Rory and Leandro, both on the yellow. Number 7 for FC Wichita, and a few others that managed to pick up a card along the way. Bit of a wayward pass by Chewy. Leandro just managing to help it off the pitch, make sure there was no danger come from it. Here's Wilbert. Gives it to Jammer. Just lays it back to Leandro. I think a second goal will definitely be wanted by Into Wichita. Have that little bit of a cushion. It's always wanted when you're in the lead. 1 goal is never really enough. Anything can happen in soccer. Especially when you're playing against a team like FC Wichita, who have been well renowned on finding the back of the net so far this season, involved in a lot of high scoring games. Big John putting on a good bit of pressure there. Big John and the ball's falling loose and it's gone over the line! Excellent bit of pressure from in area and they got the cushion straight away! No pressure on the goalkeeper and he crumbled underneath it. Perfect, ideal start. Only took them 2 minutes to get the goal. Big John put the pressure on, tackled the goalkeeper, put it in the back of the net. Excellent, excellent start, and I believe that's his first goal of the season. Doesn't matter how they go in, as long as they go in, and eventually it found his way in. That's what hard work gets you. Now we're going to really see what a reaction from FC Wichita is going to look like. They looked to lose their heads a little bit when they went behind in the first half. Now they've conceded that early goal. It's going to have to be a level of maturity to their game now to try and find a way back into this one. Putting on some pressure, Leandro. Uses his feet well, finds Big John. Nice layoff to Solo. Put the ball behind Jammer just a little bit. Then he wanted it in front of him, but he always has something to say, Jammer, about the pass that he receives. Here's Rory. Chewy uses his pace and his strength, just trying to knock it past the defender. Tries to go back to Wilbert, solo all the way back to Rory now. And so Wichita really don't need to force anything, as they did in the first half, and just keep the ball, draw FC Wichita out towards them. Here's Gustavo. Gives it to Rory. Big hook down the line towards Jack and Big John. Jack heads it on, almost managed to get it over the top of them two defenders there. Here's Jammer, trying to bring the ball back onto that favoured left foot. Helped it back towards Chewy. FC Wichita player just dribbled it out of play. Now Wilbert. Solo. Back to Rory. Jonty's opened up nicely on this left-hand side, but ball works its way back over to the right. A little bit dispossessed, but works hard to win it back with Rory, who committed a slight foul. I think the referee might be eager with his whistle now, just to try and keep the game under his control as much as possible. Good touch and a good bit of skill from number 7 there. Gets it out wide for the number 9. Wilbert went down a little bit. Oh, I thought Wilbert might have pulled something there. I was just looking to see how he was walking when he got up. Went down looking a little bit hurt, but I think he might have just caught his ankle on something. Unconventional again. Never really see two people take a corner kick, and that's exactly why. Chewy harassing excellently, now got a lot of space to run into. Been chased down by the FC Wichita defenders, but he's still driving forward. Got Jack and Big John in the box. Jack leaves it. Futar takes it in! And that's another goal for FC Wichita! This time it's Futar from the counter-attack. An excellent goal. Sees the move up a bit. 2 goals in the opening 10 minutes for them. An ideal, perfect start to the half. A great run by Chewy. FC Wichita players complaining about it being a free kick. Referee didn't think so. Chewy used that to his advantage, took all the space in front of him, put it across the box. Excellent lead by Jack, and Future just puts it into the back of the net. Starting to flex their muscles now a little bit. Sure, no player on the Inter Wichita team is going to let their foot off the gas as well. Sure, it'll be a go, go, go half of football. For all of them looking to get revenge. I mean, that 3-1 victory from FC Wichita here last week on Thursday really tried to rub it into a lot of the players as well. That doesn't get forgotten in football. That one's going to be a free kick this time for Chewy for holding. A very well taken goal that by Futa. On his left foot, just into the far post. Doubled their lead in the space of 10 minutes, and that's a wasted free kick. I think he tried to shoot that. Don't particularly know why from that position. Here's Leandro. Trying to find Jack. That was the right ball. Right option. Jack had a lot of space up front. Couldn't quite be found out. Big John putting on the pressure. Jack coming in to join. Same with Solo. Helped on by Jack, but just picked it off the pitch. Jack, back to Solo. Now Wilbert. The time on the ball, trying to split the lines and find Jammer's feet. FC Wichita trying to bring the ball forward. They'll be praying that they can get the next goal. Incredible how quickly a game can turn on its head. 1-0 up with about 10 15 minutes to go in the first half. 25 minutes of game time later and they're 4-1 down. U20 just making sure the ball's in the right position there. Giving the ref a helping hand. I don't know why. Poor ball into the box, Warrior will just help that away. Solo now giving chase. Allowed to put the ball into the box. Shot's been pulled. U20 just clears the danger. Wilbert getting his foot on the ball, getting it under control, driving through the middle nicely, and then tripped from behind by number 1. A little bit of skill in the middle there by Wilbert to take it past the first man. Looked like he had a lot of space in front of him that he was trying to use. Fortunately, he got clipped. Now Jack. Leandro. Back to Wilbert. Here's Futa, the scorer of the 4th, gives it to Jack. I'm sure he'll be eager to get on the score sheet. Manages to win a free kick with the shove in the back. FC Wichita players complaining. And that's going to be the quickest. Oh, it's a red card! Number 2 for FC Wichita has been sent off. It was a straight red. Referee didn't even put out the second yellow. I'm not sure if he picked up a booking in the first half. Can't recall number 2 getting one. I think it's for the foul on Jack. Oh, and it's going to be another red card here. Number 7's already been booked in the first half, I believe. It's going to be a double, second yellow and a red card. So that's 2 red cards in the space of about, 30 seconds for FC Wichita there. This referee's not had any of the back chat from the start of the game. I think number 2 red card was probably for the foul on Jack and having a little word with the ref, probably put 2 yellows and combine them into a red. And then number 7, he's been giving it the big and all game and paying the price for it, picked up a yellow card for it in the first half, picked up a second yellow for it in the second half, and now it's going to be almost an impossible comeback for FC Wichita. Going to have to do it with 9 players, 8 outfield players, all the Wichita players still on the pitch, 4-1 down. It's going to be a tough task. Now Rory to take a free kick. Centre back. See if he's got a David Luiz-esque type of goal in his locker. The 2 FC Wichita players being sent to their locker room. I think the situation definitely went from bad to worse there for them. Oh, he blasted it! He scored it! He did have a WWE goal in his locker! 2 red cards and a goal in the space of a few minutes for Inter Wichita. This could be a very, very ugly second half for the FC Wichita if they're not careful. 8 players, 3 goals down already in this second half. I thought it was peculiar that Rory was taking the free kick, but proved me wrong straight away, put it into the back of the net. Very well taken goal. I think he might just be having a spoken to for a celebration. Can't really get a yellow card for a celebration. He's only just come back from suspension as well. He's already picked up a yellow. Are we going to see 3 red cards and a goal in the space of 2 minutes? Looks like he is. He's just got a yellow card for a celebration. Only in this country will that ever happen. I don't really know why the FC Wichita fans are cheering, however. They're 5-1 down. That's interesting. Well, now there's going to be a lot of space on the pitch. You can see the FC Wichita team there on the image on the that left-hand side in their red strips. Almost looking lost on where to go. So they're going to go 3 at the back. Into Wichita, it's a bit of an easier change for them. Can just easily slot into a 3 at the back as well. Dewey can play centre back. I'm sure Jonty can play there as well. Slot in next to Leandra. Keep the rest of the field the same, but be interesting to see how FC Wichita line up now. Looks like it will be a 3 at the back, but I just want to see how many they'll have in midfield, how many they'll have up front. The first time I've ever seen any of that in all my years of watching football since I was about 4 years old. Good 17, 16 years, I've never seen anything like that happen. 3 red cards, a free kick goal, matter of minutes. Saying at half time in the commentary box that there's definitely going to be a red card in this half, or 2 red cards when the first half ended. There's been 3 already. Still plenty of time for another one. It looks like it's going to be Wilbert's turn to try and show what he can do from the free kick position. He shoots as well, just strays it a little bit too far over the bar. Argon's going to be coming on the far side. He will probably be coming on for Chewy or Jonty. My best guess would be Jonty slotting at centre back. He is a defensive player, can play in the 6 or at the centre back position. Coach Derek probably just bring them on for a little bit of security, even though they are 5-1 up. You know, can never be too sure in a game of football. To Jack, out wide to Futa. Kind of slot Big John in down that line. As well read by the FC Wichita defender. Now he goes back to Wilbert. into Wichita could more or less do this all game if they wanted to, just pass it around like this. I think they'd lose possession once if they really tried. But excellent pass to Jammer though at the far post. Trying to cut it back to Big John, but cut out on its way over. Now Argon's going to be able to take the field. Well, it's going to be Jammer to come off. Coach there will be changing back to a back four. Didn't feel secure with the back five maybe. Or back three, sorry. Jammer makes his way off. Yeah, and Argon slots in the centre back, pushes Hunty back out to left back. And it's probably just going to be a solo front two with Jack and Big John. And keeping the midfield three, I'd imagine. Solo now trying to drive forward. Wilbert. The Big John lining up the shot, pulled the trigger. Deflection on the way through. Actually, Wichita goalkeeper can just come and pick that up. Couple subs lined up for the FC Wichita as well. And a few more subs getting warm for Coach Derek. Looks like it's Hugh and Toshi. I'm making them out correctly on that far side. Or Hugh and Fabio, Toshi and Fabio maybe. Either way, here's FC Wichita looking to get a goal back. Ball into the box. Never made it as it goes off the pitch. There'll be a double substitution now for FC Wichita. Leandro with a little bit of a loose pass there. Solo will definitely give press to that ball. Help down the line. John T pinches it well, just and slightly went off the pitch there. Excuse me, sorry. I was about to say before that hiccup, I think Coach Derek might have changed it to a midfield four. Always interesting to see what coaches or managers do after getting red cards. Even more interesting to see what the FC Wichita coach will do after getting two of them and conceding 3 goals in the opening few minutes. Here's Jonty. Back to Argon. Trying to float it towards Jack. I was thinking he might have gone for goal actually there. The FC Wichita goalkeeper was dying. I think it was a mix between both guys from Argon. We've also got the hiccups out of nowhere here, so apologies for that. That's a good ball into the box by John T. Jack at the back post, just a little bit too high for him. Going to be another substitution, double substitution for both teams. So that is Fabio and Toshi, not Hugh and Toshi. Be interesting to see who Coach Eric brings off for that. Jack or Big John for Toshi, surely, and then one of the midfield three for Fabio. Looks like it is going to be Jack. Jack and Big John. So the whole original front three for Inter Wichita being brought off. As they've changed the shape a little bit. I think Toshi will be the lone striker. Solo and Fabio operate in the wide areas more as a right and left midfielder than a right and left winger. And obviously Futer and Wilbert in the middle as they always are, nice and consistent, solid rock in the team. Here is Solo. Puts it back to John T. Gets brought down. Maybe a quick yellow card for number 25. Due to another opportunity to put the ball into the box, so a great ball in for the second goal. That was another good ball as well. Into which I'm feeling for handball. I didn't personally see it, but a lot of the players were calling for it on the pitch. Wilbert going all the way back to Gustavo, but as I was saying about Futer, putting a great ball for that second goal, and managing to score the fourth goal as well, having himself a good game. These lemon hiccups best go away as well, getting on my nerves now. But here's Chewy. Jonty, Futer running in front of him, Polo checking in and trying to receive. Goes back to Argon, find Toshi's feet. Now he gets out wide to Chewy. Bit of a miscontrol there. Unforced error going to lead to an FC Wichita throw-in. Looks like Coach Derek's got another double substitution lined up. Oh, might even be a triple substitution here. Looks like Sergio might get a run in outfield. In goal, sorry. Gustavo. And I believe the hiccups are killing me right now. I really do apologize. And I believe that's Louis and Denzel. Here's Fabio. Trying to whip it towards Solo. Goal scorer in the last game, unfortunately. Didn't mean nothing in the end, but it was a good goal from Fabio. Volley in the opposite side to which we're shooting in now. So, yeah, Gustavo makes way for Sergio. Looks like Fluta's coming over as well for Denzel. And then Solo for Louis by the looks of it, as Solo goes off on this near side. Denzel with his first call up to the squad this week and managing to get some good minutes in. Solid 15 minutes left. Louis as well, wide player, very, very quick, lightning fast. I don't believe he's made an appearance yet this season, but has consistently been on the bench under Coach Derek. Louis, Wilbert. Flicks it to Jonty. FC Wichita now have an opportunity to get forward. It'll be interesting to see how many players they commit. I mean, as you're just looking at the team out there, just looks empty, especially since their coach seems adamant on keeping a back four. It just looks empty whenever they're trying to get out of the pitch. I really think it's more damage control than anything right now for FC Wichita. Maybe just trying to watch their goal difference rather than get points from this game. Here's Fabio. Now Wilbert. Kind of spread the play towards Jonty, almost was read by FC Wichita, but managed to find its way over there. Drops it back to Argon. Now Leandros, straight back to Argon. Yeah, it definitely looks like a 4-2-2 maybe for FC Wichita now, let them spread out a little bit. 4-3-1. Either way, it's very hard to make a formation when you've only got 8 players on the outfield. Obviously, you've got the one goalkeeper. There's also been changed for FC Wichita. Toshi trying a long shot. Oh, not too far away. Had the goalkeeper beat. I really do apologize. Approaching almost 10 minutes left now. I think this is more or less how the game will go towards the end now. Don't really see FC Wichita getting another goal unless it's gifted to them. That's going to be another free kick. Hopefully, number 25 doesn't pick up another yellow card for a tackle like that. He's already been booked. Got to be a little bit smarter. This is when maturity really does become a part of the game, maturity and experience. I think the FC Wichita players certainly did show a lack of it in this game when they conceded that first goal, conceded that second goal. They had a great reaction last Thursday to the equaliser from Fabio when they pulled one back and then got another one to cement their victory. But this week they seem to have just collapsed almost. The more goals that have gone in almost took them two red cards in the space of 30 seconds to make them realise that they've got to be a little bit more sensible. Now Wilbert getting that out wide to Toshi. Talking about experience, he is experience number one. Been with Inter Wichita since the very beginning of the team. Pulls it back to Wilbert, tried to pull the trigger, but a good block on the edge of the box. Also, an FC Wichita player's gone down on this near side as he was trying to tackle Toshi. Looks like he's pulled something or something's happened to him for sure. Personally, if I was Inter Wichita, I wouldn't have kicked that out, but because look, he's right back on the pitch as soon as the ball's gone out of play, but now right back down again. Oh, I hope my hiccups aren't annoying everyone else as they are as much annoying me right now. We've got a little break in the play. This break in play can only mean one thing. Got some stoppage time at the end of the game. Sure, FC Wichita won't want that. I think their players will probably just be thinking about what their mums cooked them for dinner now. At this point, probably just want to get out of here. 9 players, sorry, including the goalkeeper, 5-1 down, 10 minutes to go. Probably wondering what American dinner their mums cooked up for them. Chicken and waffles, maybe. American classic. Maybe they've still got some leftover from that cake that they were talking about from last week. Heard it had icing and cherry, but I think this Inter Wichita cake from this week's got sprinkles all over it. Right, game back underway then. Here's Argon. Now Jonty. Finding Denzel. Sure, some of the players that have come off of the bench for Into Which I'll be wanting to prove something to coach there as well. Denzel, Louis, Fabio, Toshi. Mentioned Into Which are not wanting to let off the gas earlier, and I'm sure these players definitely won't. They'll have a point to prove, try to put their name in the mix for the starting lineup next game. Argon, another one of them players that'll be wanting to put himself into that conversation. Here is Denzel. Having to live in wonderful Winfield at the moment. Fabio hopes it out wide. Chewy had the attackers a lot more silent since he's come on. I didn't mention when he come on, I think it'd be a bit of a better matchup than Ramos is in that wide position for them. Quick players that FC Wichita had out there, and Chewy really has silenced them all game. Had a whole different dynamic to it since he's come on. Enzo. Back to Wilbert. Gets it back straight away. Has Jonty out wide, he'll give it to him. Jonty trying a long shot, bounce in front of the goalkeeper, no real problems for him. Toshi and Louis giving press, almost a replica of that third goal. This time with Toshi and the new goalkeeper instead of Big John and the old one. Just got a little touch on that. That's going to be kicked out of play for an Into Which style throw-in. This is Alden. From London, England, another Londoner on the team. Another Englishman on the team, sorry, I should say. Join Jack, Jammer, and Jonty. You also sitting on the bench from England. Denzel from Zimbabwe. Louis from somewhere in Central America, I believe. I'm not entirely sure the exact country. I don't want to mess it up, but I know for a fact Denzel's from Zimbabwe. Very mixed group of players who bring a different thing to the table, different style of football or soccer to the table, which is obviously very needed in the team. Alban coming out wide and putting in a good tackle. Now Jonty trying to win it back, does so successfully. Louis leaves it for Toshi, gives it out wide towards Jonty, now making his way in towards the box. Jonty trying to show what skills he's got, and that's an excellent little bit of skill there from Jonty. He's obviously got a lot in his locker. We'll just let the ball get away from him a little bit. We do see that from Jonty every so often. Just expresses his ability to beat a man. Even beat 1, 2, 3 occasionally. See it from him in glimpses each game. Very smart player with it though, doesn't overuse it, knows when to pass, knows when to dribble. Ball into the box now, and that was Alban at the back post. People got a touch on it though, laid off to Denzel, he pops it and then slipped away. Toshi trying to fight for it, Louis coming across, managing to do enough maybe. No, Denzel just can't quite pick up on the scraps. Alban wins it straight back. I think maybe a little handball in there. Here's Louis. Now Jonty. Touch past his man again. Wins another corner into Wichita. I can't imagine we'll see anyone shielding the ball in the corner. I think if anything, we'll see players lining up in the box. Leandro still on the pitch. Argon, big lad as well. Toshi. Very tall players. There is Argon, and then it's Toshi at the back post, wide open. The ball just bounced in front of him and went a little bit too high for him to manage to get his head over it and head it down towards goal. I think the most he could do in that situation was just let it hit his head and hope. Unlucky for Toshi. Got unlucky in that first game as well when he hit the bar and it bounced onto the underside of the goal. Jonty excellently read, winning it back for Wilbert. Just a little bit of a loose touch. Now Denzel looks to line up a shot. Didn't quite get the connection on that. Sliced it just a little bit, and I think it took a deflection on the way through. It's going to be Fabio to put the ball into the box. It's a good ball. Leandro got his head to it. Just had to generate the power himself because it was floated by Fabs. Couldn't replicate the magic of the second goal. But Leandro managed to score. That one was from a ball from Futa. It was like long ago that happened, but Louis trying to pounce on the scratch. Well, a free kick's been called for the foul done by Toshi. Be interested to see who Elite Electric select as their man of the match for this game. Lots of players have put their self into the bracket. Obviously, I don't pick the award. Our number one sponsor does, but personally, I'd give it towards Futa for his performance. But that is revenge and redemption for Inter Wichita in the local derby. A 5-1 victory, comfortable, expressing what they can really do. Thank you very much for what's been an excellent season at home. We hope to see you in the playoffs. Have a beautiful evening and a great weekend. Destroyed them in the second half, bloody hell.